All right, here's the motivation for the day. In order to have uncommon success, you can't follow common advice. In other words, don't do what everyone else is doing, which is the common, because most people aren't where you want to be. Do the things that most people don't either have the knowledge or the determination to do. That is when you'll find success. Once you find that success, be persistent so that you don't let it go. I want you guys to listen to what I just said and take that and soak that in because that is absolutely true. You want to do things that most people aren't doing. And that is why only 2 to 3% of the world is wealthy because they're doing something that most people don't want to do or have the knowledge to do. So, believe it or not, trading isn't common. Most people in the world don't even know how to trade, and half of that don't even know what trading is. So, you got that part right. Number two, you have to have a solid trading plan. And then number three, not only a solid trading plan, you want to have a solid risk management plan because you can have a solid trading plan and win 90% of the time. But if you don't have a solid risk management plan, you'll give it all back away to the markets. So I'm going to show you how to have a solid risk management plan all while analyzing Euro AUD. I'm going to use a little bit of the Commitment of Traders report to back up what I see for Euro AUD as a swing trader and as confluence. So that being said, guys, let's buckle in. I'm excited about this series here, and I want you guys to ask questions in the comments if you do. If you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe and like it. Remember, do the things that most people don't want to do or don't have the knowledge to do. And whatever that is, find a problem and you'll always be successful. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I know I got problems, and I don't know where to go. I don't want to put the blame on you.
All right, guys, so as promised, Euro AUD. Now, remember when I said you want to do things that are uncommon or things that people don't have the determination to do? Another thing when it comes to trading is that a lot of people don't want to swing trade. And there's a number of reasons why a lot of people don't want to swing trade, but swing trading is where the money is at. And I'm going to talk a lot about swing trading in this video and how you can rack up by doing so. Now, if you're looking to get rich quick, this is not the channel for you. We talk about how to trade for success. You need to trade, be consistent with small profits in order for you to manage consistent large profits. We're not about flashing cars and flashing items. Our lifestyle tells a lot about how we're successful in trading. So Kenya, my wife and I frown upon those who try to entice people in trading. They flash all of these things, and what it does, it entices you to want to be exactly like them. And so a lot of irrational trading happens because of enticing. So I want you guys to back up. Remember, we're going to do things that are uncommon. I want you to back up and seriously learn about how to trade the fundamentals. Sometimes we have to go back to learn the fundamentals. Now, price action trading, in my opinion, I've been trading for about 15 years, is the most reliable way of trading. You have to have a solid risk management plan. You have to have a solid trading plan, and you have to follow it to a T. Remember, we're doing something that a lot of people don't do. Follow the same plan every single time. When you're looking at your chart, and if it's not set up exactly how your trading plan says it to be, your written plan, then do not execute. I don't care how close price action is to what your plan says, do not execute it. For example, let's look at Euro AUD here, and I'm just going to draw a simple trend line. We can see that we're in a downtrend here. Now, we're at a support zone. Now, could this be a possible reversal here? We're at a support zone. We can see prices starting to lift up. Now, can we be at a reversal? Meaning that price could start to head up, make higher highs and higher lows. How do we know if we are or not? I'm going to use the COT report to determine if we're in a reversal or if we're going to have continual downside movement. And I'm going to also look at price action. That's it. Indicators oftentimes can't tell us when we're at a reversal zone. However, the commitment of traders can give us an idea as well as price action. I want you guys to write this down. It's going to show at the bottom of the screen. Find a consistently profitable strategy. We have 3 here at BK Trading Academy, and they result in 90% or higher. Whether if you believe us or not, they result in 90% or higher. We have an academy with hundreds of people inside, and they trade and see us trade and execute every single time. And they can attest that we're 90% or more profitable with just only using price action and these 3 strategies that are based around price action. So 1, find a profitable strategy. And when you find that strategy, do not stray from it. Oftentimes, greed will allow you to stray from it. We may see something like this where I see prices at a support zone. I may want to buy because I realize that it's at a support zone. However, I may be looking at an opportunity to sell, and I may want to sell right at this resistance area here. Right? Now, let's say price never got to that area and it's hanging around this zone right here. And you're saying, well, you know what? This is kind of like a minor resistance zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell here. Now, if your strategy says not to sell here and it says to wait till you get to a major resistance zone, then you need to wait because price can very well go against you. Now, odds are price can come down and retest support, but if your strategy says don't do it, don't do it. That's what I mean by sticking to your strategy to a T. All right. That is something that most traders do not do. That being said, let's analyze Euro AUD. We're going to look at the commitment of traders report, and we're going to also look at price action. So I'm on a daily time frame. I marked my resistance zone here, and there are a few ways you can mark your resistance zones and find your zones. I see a lot of wick rejection and candles right here where price rejected and went to the upside pretty significantly. And what I mean significantly, from here to this top peak here was 155 pips. So that's pretty significant movement. We didn't just do that one time. We didn't just do that two times. We did it a third time. So this is a pretty significant zone here. So that is my support zone. Now resistance, because it dropped below it, now hitting this support zone right here. Why did I know that this will stop right here? This was before it even came to this point. Is for a few factors. One, because I'm a price action trader. So what I like to do is go back to the past. And I'm going to see when last time price was at this zone here. And what sticks out to my eye without using any indicators is if I pull this all the way across, this is the area that stuck out here. This was the next reversal zone. I believe the next reversal zone after that is going to be down here. So that's one reason why I believe price is going to continue downward instead of a reversal. Here's a support zone here, stopped right at this area, and now price pulled back up. Let's see how far price pulled up from that zone. All right, just cleaning up my chart just a bit. So from this wick here to where this peak is 130 pips. That's pretty significant. That is a solid support zone. All right. Now, why do I believe price is going to continue to the downside? Is because I looked at price action and there's more further downside movement here. If I get my rectangle tool and connect these two zones here, 1, 2, and then if I drag it all the way across, this tells me that price action, it could continue further down. Now, it could not. It may just be a reversal. So this is where the COT, the Commitment of Traders report, come in. So now I'm on barchart.com. And if you're unfamiliar with barchart.com, I want you to go back in our YouTube videos and look up the COT report. We have a lot of education on how to find this and how to read it. All right, so now I'm going to currencies. And remember, we're looking at Euro AUD. I'm going to pull this aside here and just kind of give you a brief education on it. And we're looking at Euro AUD. And the first currency in this pair is Euro, okay? We have number 1 right here, and we have number 2 right here for AUD. Let's go back. We're going to look for Euro first. Euro, on the detailed report, tells us that they currently have 7,951 longs. We know that they're longs because it doesn't have a negative sign like yen, for example. So they have 7,951 longs. So you're saying, well, if they have long contracts, the big banks are investing in long contracts, why is it headed down? That's because I'm comparing it from the week prior, June 11th, 2024, in which it was 43,000 contracts. So if you have 43,000 long contracts on the week of June 11th, and then the following week, it drops from 43,000 to 7,900, that means that they're doing one or two things. They're exiting their long contracts, and they're also entering short contracts. So that's a huge jump. We can look at any other currency like the Swiss franc currency here. We see that they had 42,000 negative or short contracts in June 11th, and then they dropped to 37,000 short contracts June 18th. That's only about a 5,000 contract drop, and that's pretty significant. But when you have 43,000 to 7,900, that is pretty significant. That's about 35,000, right? So they're going short for Euro. Most Euro pairs you should see short. So I'm going to draw an arrow here saying short here because they're exiting their longs and they're adding shorts. Let's look at AUD now. On June 11th, they had a negative 64,000 contracts. That means they have 64,000 contracts short. I mean, they're shorting. And then the following week, they went from 64,000 to 41,000, negative 41,000 shorts. So it's becoming closer to a positive number, meaning that they're actually adding contracts, meaning they're adding long contracts and they're even exiting some short contracts. So it looks like this when you're looking at the chart, because this is the second currency, it's pointing downward here. So now I have two currencies pointing to the downside, and some of you may be confused. Remember, go back into our YouTube and look up Commitment of Traders if you really want to understand it. But we have two currencies pointing down, which means that we should have some downside movement. Let's go back to the charts here, and we're going to have some pullbacks here, and that's just like any trend. Any trend, we're going to see downside movement pull back, downside movement, pull back. It doesn't matter how many shorts, how many longs you have on the commitment of traders report, you're going to have a design like that here. And that's what we have here. We have our high here, our lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we have a lower high here. All right. Now, what I believe, and it's possible that price may continue a bit higher into our resistance zone. It may or may not. However, overall, as a swing trader, even a position trader simply means that when you're trading for a few weeks, maybe even months, I believe price is going to continue to head down and possibly even break this support zone here. This is when your trading plan needs to become solid. All right. You need to determine, as a swing trader, can I enter here right at this level? And if price happens to go against me and head up, can I withstand this amount of negativity here? So if I enter here and let's say price goes against me up to this resistance, that's about 100 pip difference. Are you okay withstanding that? This is what your risk management strategy should tell you. You have to have a risk management strategy written out, not just something you have in your mind. It has to be written out, because this is one step how you're going to pertain and how you're going to remember the strategy and apply it every single time. So as a swing trader, are you okay with a negative 100 pips? If you know that price is going to eventually come down from this resistance zone and come back to this support zone, in which that's the case, from your negative 100 pip, headed up, and then coming back down, that's about a positive 121 pips. All right. So from there, you would gain about 120 pips. That's for swing traders. If you're a day trader, this wouldn't apply to you. You're about getting in and getting out before the day is over. As a day trader, I would wait to see if price will head back up to this resistance zone, because I know it's going to sell and it's going to sell hard because of what the commitment of traders has said. So am I going to be patient and wait? And if price comes up there, this is where I will sell at. Now, remember, looking in the past, we have a lot of price action here telling us this is where selling pressure was here. Previously buying pressure, but then this is where selling pressure should come in the future. Just like right here, dropped over 130 pips. Is it going to come back up and retest and continue to drop? Now, this is what we do here in our academy. We like to draw channels. So I'm going to make this a bit cleaner here. And we like to draw channels here. So this is considered the price action channel strategy here. So I'm going to draw a channel like this. I'm going to connect my high. And then what I'm going to do is copy and clone this channel here and drag it to the other end here. So now I've trapped price vertically. My red rectangles is trapping price horizontally. So this is exactly what you want to do, is trap price vertically in trend lines and then trap price horizontally using your key levels or like red rectangles like I have here. So now what I'm doing is trapping price here. So we can see that price is at a support zone horizontally and also at a support zone vertically, almost touching my trend line. So that is confluence. I can even throw on a Bollinger Band. And guess what? Price is right through the Bollinger Band, the support Bollinger Band. This tells me buying pressure should pick up. This also tells me that price may want to head up to my vertical trend line, also my horizontal key level here. That will also be confluence and will match up in the middle of my Bollinger Band. This middle band can also be looked at as support and resistance. In this case, it will be resistance here. So it will meet up with my trend line resistance, my horizontal resistance, and my Bollinger Band resistance. 3 confluences, and the 4th confluence is selling here using this commitment of traders report. Commitment of traders report to me is most reliable because this is actually telling me what the big banks and the institutions are doing, how many trades they have. All right, let's go back to the charts. So if you're patient, remember, doing what most people don't do is being patient as a trader. A lot of people feel like they need to pull the trigger. As I mentioned here before, they will pull the trigger thinking that this is a minor resistance zone, and which it could be. They're saying, hey, price hasn't moved past this here. So you know what? I think price is going to drop from this here. And they may not be wrong. However, as traders, we're in it to get the best price. I'm in it to get the best price. Just like any other market in world history, I want to buy something at the best price. And the best price, according to history, is up here. I want to sell up here. I don't want to sell right here. If it happens to drop now, then I just happen to miss the trade. This is what separates you and the rest of the traders in the world, is that you wait and be patient. If your trading plan doesn't activate, don't do it. Don't take the trade. Just wait and go to the next trade. I promise you, if you can just do this, be patient and wait, you'll be fine. Another thing is swing trading. If you can swing trade at the best levels, you'll be fine. Don't worry. Don't have anxiety about, is the trade going against me? If you're asleep and wondering what the trade is, If you're wondering what the trade is doing, that means you're risking more than what you should. We always tell our students to risk no more than 2%. That's what we say. Now, yours may be completely different, and that's fine. But if you can't sleep at night and you're letting a runner trade, it's because you're risking too much and you're not confident in your trading abilities. So we also want to look at news and high impact news and how that can affect it. So that being said, guys, my analysis is this here. I believe price is going to head to the upside. I won't get in unless it gets to around this zone here. Now, it could be anywhere within this zone here, within this red rectangle. That's why I kind of draw it thick. As soon as it hits this zone, I'm entering. If it goes back up and get some more, I would enter and put in another position as well. And that way I will have 2 to 3, maybe even 4 positions because I know that price is overbought. As price starts to drop, follow my channel. You can see my trend line channel. Now I will have 2, 3, or even 4 entries as price headed down. And I like to pay myself as price heads down, meaning that I would like to exit 1 and then maybe 2 entries, maybe 3. And as it gets to my support zone, I can exit all of them, or I can even hold a runner all the way until it gets down to this level right here. So this is how you are confident, right? Oftentimes, I like to have at least minimum 2 positions running at the same time because I like to pay myself as I swing trade, as price goes for me, I like to pay myself. So for example, if price comes up here, I enter 2 positions. As it drops, maybe 50 pips, I would exit, I pay myself and let 1 run. So that way, if that 1 runner happens to go back and retest my resistance, I'm okay. I've already made 50 pips and I'm going to wait for it to continue to drop. Now, this could take time to happen. It could take a couple weeks. It could take a month. It can take even a couple days, depending on high impact news and a few other factors. But this is where the money is at. Swing trading, guys, and being patient and having a solid risk management plan and having a solid trading plan. Those are the 4 ingredients to becoming a successful trader. And then always sticking to that plan without wavering, without rushing, without seeing what your friends are doing or other traders are doing. Trust in the process. Do this with a low lot size and continue to do it persistently. You can do it with a large lot size. Guys, do not follow people who are enticing you with these cars, these homes, with a whole bunch of other things, because it's only fueling the greed in you. Just like the casinos, they have these sounds and these noises to attract us, right? We all fall for this, not just you, us too. We've gone through a lot of different things here. So we had to separate ourselves from the glitz, from the glamour, from all of the noise that the world tries to tell us. And half of them aren't even really profitable, right? So we want to show you guys how to trade the right way. If you're curious, guys, we have an academy where we hold your hand, new and struggling traders all the way, a lifetime membership with just 1 fee. Everything is in the description below. If you want to become a master in the COT report, the Commitment to Traders report, that's the report where the big banks and the institutions submit their actual longs and shorts for currencies. We have a course as well, a lifetime course where it's just 1 fee. It's also in the description below here. Guys, we're honest, we're transparent. We hope that you join us. And if you have any questions, guys, feel free to drop it in the comments below. That being said, hopefully this helped you out. God bless you. See you in the next video.